Hello and welcome to ACS Golf. My name is Adam, I'm the host, and today, as mentioned last week, we're going to be looking at the Titleist TMB 716, the 2-iron version of the model, and basically looking at the idea of putting a 2-iron in a high handicapper's bag, so my bag, and just basically seeing if it should go in the viewer's bag as well, or maybe something different should go in, so such a hybrid or something like that. Now, a little bit of info about this club, which is, let's be honest, Titleist do make some lovely looking clubs. I mean, I love that little sort of brown colour at the bottom of it. It's very nice. It's a small profile. Obviously there you can see it's a hollow construction there. And it's just very nice. I mean, out of a 2-iron, this is a very small profile. You would not think this is a utility club at all. I'd be looking at this thinking this is just a normal iron. A little bit about the club. It's from 2016. I actually picked this up for technically £55. It's £110 for this and the 4-iron. So same 716 TMBs. So let's say £55. If you're looking on Golf Bidder, places like that, then you're looking at just under 100, really good nick, sort of 90, 80. So still a very expensive club. Even on eBay, these things will go for 70, 80 quid. So very sought after because Titleist, you know the name, and like I said, it's a good looking club. You wouldn't know that was if that was in my bag right now, you would not be able to tell that was nearly 5, 6 years old. I mean, that's mad, isn't it, really? A little bit about the club itself. So per Titleist's website, which I do love, if you ever get a Titleist club, do go onto their website because they have great details and explain exactly what everything is, which is perfect. So the technology in this club, so here, speed and launch is what they're saying. A thin, fast face provides speed and launch for more distance. High density tungsten is used to position the center of gravity low and deep, allowing for a stronger loft. The result is high launch, low spin, and more carry distance. Who wouldn't want that? Across the face here. And forgiveness, they say, is a key point of this club. The muscle back frame with extreme tungsten weighting provides a powerful combination of forgiveness with high launch. And the tungsten weighting here is both at the toe and the heel of the club, so they got it in the hollow construction there at the back, to make it more forgiving. Now, if you scroll down, the player benefits, which I love reading these things. If you ever go on these websites, please do, because they come out with all the bells and whistles. They're going to say it's going to fix your game and be the best thing in the world. So player benefits: speed, distance from a thin, fast face, high launch, low spin for long carry distance from low and deep CG, more ball speed off center from the high density tungsten, high MOI design, less turf resistant from the wide sole with camber and trailing edge relief, which is here, and fast, lively feel. I mean, that's one thing I do like about this club, just going into that there, we're saying about the wide sole. That's not that thick. You know, I've mentioned in numerous videos, I don't like a club behind the ball, especially if there's, you get a lot of these utility irons where they're really chunky here. And I just feel you can really get into trouble when you're trying to hit the ball because you can dig in. So for me, I mean, look wise, I mean, it's perfect for me. Absolutely perfect. Unfortunately, it's a regular stiffness. So when it comes down to performance, I'm normally normally stiff, sorry. So I'll have to wait and see how that turns out on the range, which we have some video from there right now.
So here I'm at the range. Tracer picked up the majority of the good shots, which was good. Didn't pick up the bad ones, which was annoying because some of that ball flight was horrendous, which obviously is down to my swing, but also the lack of forgiveness in the club, which I found out during this testing. Now, the longest shot I did of the day was 194 carry and 223 yards total distance, so around that 230 mark and 200 carry mark. But the lowest was down to 110 carry, 164 total distance, averaging out 165 total carry and 197 total distance. Now, that's not great, to be honest, and just showed how unforgiving this club can be in the wrong hands. When it came out the middle, it came out like an absolute bullet, which I was really impressed with and felt great. But I just got punished so much on those miss hits.
So, as mentioned during the range videos there, um, they're saying it's very forgiving. I don't think it's very forgiving at all. Off-centered hits, I really did get punished. It really dropped off. I mean, if you hit the ball in the middle, it, like I've said before, it shot out. I mean, it literally like a bullet. I was really surprised by that. There, I thought it performed really, really well. I mean, it was getting over 200 yards carry, total 230 for a 2-iron. I mean, that's up with my hybrid. I will say it's a 17-degree launch. So normal hybrids, 3 hybrids, for example, was 19. So it's still a little bit shy that I could probably push my hybrid to. But still, distance-wise, when you hit out of the middle and the feel of it was lovely, but just not forgiving enough for me, to be honest. I mean, you want to be going to that tee. The whole point of a 2-iron, 3-iron is a fairway finder. And you want to be going to that tee thinking, all right, I know this is going to go straight down the middle of the fairway. And with this, I wouldn't say I had that confidence with it. I just knew that in those miss hits I would have been punished, and then it's like, well, why don't I just use a 6 or a 5-iron, which I know I can get down the middle of the fairway. Um, so yes, I mean, do I think there's a place in a high handicapper's bag for a 2-3-iron, fairway finder off the tee? I do. I really do. I think it's a good idea, especially if you're in when it comes down to 2-irons, they tend to come out a little bit lower, 2-3-irons. They tend to come out a little bit lower than your sort of hybrids, which are really used to really help get the ball in the air. So especially on a windy day, or if you're down a links course, I think a 2-3-iron is a great option. I mean, I don't have a 2 or 3-iron in the bag, but I actually have an option of a 4-iron, Mizuno MP18 MMC 4-iron, which on a really windy day, I'd probably take out my Cobra 3 hybrid, and I'd stick that 4-iron in the bag, because I know if I use that off the tee, it's coming out low and it's coming out fast, which is perfect on a windy day, perfect for a links course. So I think it's a great option to have. I mean, specifically with this one, as I mentioned in the video, it came out very high. I'm really surprised with the height of it, to be honest. I mean, they did mention in their little spiel on Titleist that it is supposed to come out high, but for me, looking for a 2-3-iron, I want more that penetrating flight. I don't really want it to balloon up in the air, because if it does, then just get a hybrid in the bag. It's far more forgiving and does exactly that. I mean, it could be down to the reg flex shaft. I mean, if I had stiff in there, maybe it would be a bit more penetrating. But due to the fact they say they want it to launch high, maybe that's the idea of this club, which personally for me wouldn't be what I want from a 2 or 3-iron. Now, and then also, you're looking at the price of this is a 2016 club, and you're still looking at 70-80 quid for it, which is quite expensive. Now, there are numerous options out there. I mean, you can get a Ping crossover, the G400 one, or just the G series one. Good looking clubs. I mean, they're a little bit more chunky, because the whole point is they are a crossover between a hybrid and an iron, so they are more thicker. But then by that, they'll have a lot more forgiveness, and they'll really go. I mean, I'd love to get my hands on one of them, and hopefully in the future I will, to give it a real test to see if it's an option in the bag for windy days. Maybe take the mini driver out and take a 2-iron of that out instead. Well, I don't need that much distance. I just need that penetrating ball flight. You've got a few others. I mean, you've got the Striction ZU85 utility. I mean, these are all under 100 quid. I mean, the Striction itself, the ZU85, I mean, it's 2018 club, and it looks lovely. Aim for more sort of the mid to high handicapper, sort of like 20 high handicapper, where this is sort of aimed really for the low, so 16 down to sort of 10. And the Striction, that's a great option. Again, both that and the G400 crossover, and also the G series, are under 100 quid. I mean, this on these second-hand websites, the Striction, for example, they'll see one here for 76 quid. If you go on eBay, you hopefully get a deal, and you'll be able to get them on, well, better price than that. Get it down maybe the 60, 50. there are other options out there, and I think other options you should try. If you're looking for that 2-3 iron, do have a look at other options. I mean, if you want to go down the Titleist route, I mean, they've got new ones out now. They've got the Titleist U series out. So have a look at that. They've got, the 718, the one up from this, which might be a little bit more forgiving, newer club. So yes. So do I think a 2 or a 3 iron is a good option for a high handicapper's bag? Yes, I do. Do I think the Titleist 716 TMB is a good option for a high handicapper? No, I don't. Do I think it's a good club in the right hands? Definitely. I mean, it goes like an absolute rocket, but it will punish you. So yes. So there is my review of the Titleist TMB 716 2 iron. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, join me next week when I'll be taking this Scotty Cameron Futura Phantom from 2004 out around Hersham for a round and seeing how it compares with my Scotty Cameron Phantom X12, which I currently use. With the idea, can you play with a Scotty Cameron on a budget? Or should it be avoided? And should you be going for the newer Odysseys and TaylorMade, for example, which cost the same? So please do tune into that. Now, if you like this video, please give it a like. If you play any driving irons at the moment, please do comment down below and tell me what they are. And also, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and I'll see you next week.